Hey guys, I'm Avi from Musical.Engineering. In this video, we're going to go over how to get you playing guitar in just 5 minutes. But before that, if you already play an instrument and you're looking to write some fantastic songs, I have a gift for you. I put together a free guide. It gives you 7 different ways to elevate any melody. It's a great value, so just head on down to Musical.Engineering and let me know where I can send my free gift to you. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Doesn't learning how to play guitar take a lot of time and practice? And as a guitar teacher for a number of years, that is an emphatic yes. But that doesn't mean we can't get ourselves up and running in just a couple of minutes. You with me? Great. Let's go over a couple of things first. Before we get down to playing, let's quickly go over the parts of the guitar. Now this is the body. If you're playing an acoustic or electric or a semi-hollow, this is where the resonance comes from when the strings vibrate through this hole right here or off to the side. Next is the bridge. That's this piece right over here. This is what anchors the strings so that it can keep them in place so that we can create tension further down the neck. Next is the neck itself. And that's this part right over here. This is where we play with our fingers in between these little metal bars called the frets. Now these frets, when we play them, they change the length of the string, which in turn alters the pitch or how high or low the sound coming out of the strings are. At the end, right here, we have the headstock. This guy. Now you can see how the strings go through this part right here, and that's called the nut. And as you go through the nut, we go to the tuners, and these tuners are connected to these little winders, these little pegs, and these allow us to increase or decrease the pitch of the string. Now, let's make sure that we're playing in a good position. Whether you're playing an acoustic or electric, make sure the guitar is flat against your tum or your torso. Keep the neck ever so slightly tilted upwards. I like doing this personally to give myself a little more extra room as I'm playing. Finally, and most importantly, make sure that your fretting hand, this guy, has a straight or slightly bent wrist. Now we don't want to have a heavy bend because that can lead to a lot of pain and tension, and not the good kind. You can see over here how my wrist is pretty straight. And when we do a really big bend like this, you can see already, like I feel tension in my wrist right there, and we don't want that. Okay, so before we get our first 2 chords down, we have to know the names of the strings. From lowest to highest, low starts here, by the way. The low strings are the thickest strings, and the high strings are the thinner strings. This is low and high in terms of pitch, not in terms of the construction of the guitar. So from lowest to highest, we have E, A, D, G, B, and E. Notice how the highest and lowest strings are the same pitch, the same letter name, but one's higher and one's lower. Now, take the 2 middle fingers of your fretting hand. That's going to be these guys, and place them over the 2nd fret, which will be right here. We want to place them on the A and the D strings. These are our 2nd and 3rd lowest strings. Now make sure you're pressing down pretty freaking hard. You should absolutely be feeling a little bit of discomfort right here, but it's a good kind. Now, pluck each string individually to make sure everything is ringing out clearly and we don't have any blocked strings whatsoever. Nice. Now that everything's clear, let's give it a big ol' strum. Boom. You just played your first chord. How'd that feel? I bet it felt good. I know it felt good. The chord you just played is called an E minor. Notice how it has a kind of somber or melancholy kind of feel, but it's also really beautiful at the same time. For our 2nd chord, you're gonna do the exact same thing, except move your fingers down a string. Remember, we're going down a string, we're going up in pitch. So we're going from here to here. Now we can strum away, make sure everything's ringing out clearly. You want to go through all the strings individually like before, except this time we don't want to hit the lowest string. That's the E, this guy. So let's hear how that sounds. Guess what? You just played your 2nd chord. This chord is called an A suspended. Don't worry about the name just yet. We'll get into that stuff in another video. Now let's add 2 basic strums to go along with our first 2 chords. For the first one, let's just hit only downstrokes like this. Cool, 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 cool. That strum was just called down. The next strum we're gonna go is called down up. Yes, these names are super creative. Here's what down up sounds like. So now we can mix and match the strums and the chords and switch between them. Here's an example. So that's going between E and A with the downstrokes, and here's the down-up stroke. There you have it. So to review, we talked about the parts of the guitar, some positioning tips, the names of the strings, and our first 2 chords, as well as 2 strums to go along with them. Keep doing this until it starts to feel easy and comfortable. Then, you're ready to continue your journey as a guitar player. That's all for now. Was this helpful? Were you able to play these chords and these strums and go between them? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more lessons on guitar, songwriting, composition, and music theory. Believe it or not, these 2 chords are all you need to start writing your own songs. And if you're wondering how to start writing a melody to these chords, check out my video series, How to Write a Melody, that wrapped up last month. And if you want to make that melody the very best it can be, pick up my gift to you, 7 ways to write a more effective melody. Just head to musical.engineering. Until next time, this is Adi.